And whose team is this? Is this your team? Or is this your daddy's team?
Thanks for listening to the Dad Mode Podcast, Common Sense Parenting in a Politically Correct World. Here's your host, Andy Carlson.
Welcome back to the Dad Mode Podcast, Common Sense Parenting in a Politically Correct World. I'm your host, Andy Carlson, at Andy Carlson Show on the Twitter machine. I'm a father. I have no idea what I'm doing, but you're either their chiefy, little chief-a-tony. So let's try and learn something together today. The website is dadmodepod.com. Tweet at us at dadmodepod, or just use the hashtag dadmode. Lots of stuff to get into, sort of going to be a grab bag of what's been going on in the parenting world recently. It's Super Bowl happened. That was fun. Muggsy didn't watch any of it. But, of course, you know, she's 2.5. I don't really expect her to grasp what is going on. Although she did perk up during the halftime show. So she did check that out. And that's the thing that I want to encourage is that sometimes, like, if we're just bored, we'll put the YouTube up on the TV and we'll just play music videos, right? And we'll try to steer it towards a little bit better music than, you know, just like the bubblegum pop music, even though I know that's what's really like popular with all the kids and whatnot. But it's cool. She gets really into it, like the sights and the sounds, and, you know, she shakes her little moneymaker too. It's also funny, when we were going into the store one day, she wanted to sit in the big part of the cart. She didn't want to sit in the child seat. She wanted to sit in the main part, right? And I told her, it's like, all right, if you do this, you have to stay seated. You can't get up because you might fall out. So you have to keep your butt on in the cart. Do we have a deal? I extended my hand out, and then she was sort of confused. I'm like, shake on it. And then she just started shaking her whole body. It's funny, like, learning things where kids aren't, down with the vernacular quite yet, but they're still always picking up things. But she enjoyed the Super Bowl halftime show. Something she really likes is there's YouTube videos out there, and I forget the name. Otherwise, I will give a plug. It's sometimes it's a single person or it's a group, and they'll do covers of like all the Disney songs. And it'll be like a medley of Disney songs, and they dress up as the characters or the princesses. Yeah, it's really cool. And she gets really into that as well. But something I'm also getting into is the car seat. I have a long storied history with the car seats, and it mainly, my part comes is because of the tightening of it. Right, when you're tightening the car seats into the car, and of course I always have to do this because the wife will get it set up, get it balanced, make sure that little ball bearing is right in between the safe area lines and all that stuff, and then she'll have me come out and like pull the thing, or she'll have me take the car seat out so we can wash the covers on it, because, you know, of course, with kids, and they get filthy, because kids, while you're driving, they sometimes they won't shush without a snack. They get the snack all over the place, even if it's something like completely benign. Like, you could give a kid like a little baggie of Cheerios. All of a sudden, when you're done, like, that bag, those Cheerios will all of a sudden just be like alabastered all over the place. So it'd be like mortar, you know, like bricks and mortar. It's like, how did this get wet? Did you just drool on these and then just paste them all over the place? What is going on? Yeah. Don't get me started with those little Apple things too. But yeah, the car seats, it always annoys me too, because sometimes it's always an inopportune time for me. So trying to pull that little strap as tight as you possibly can, straining all of your muscles, almost pulling a muscle, and it moves 1/32 of an inch. Nope, completely unsafe. This car seat is unsafe. How dare you? And I remember when we were going through the parenting classes, there was a lady who was a car seat specialist. Like, that was her job at the hospital, car seat installer specialist. And we walked through like all of these 75-point inspection. And then when we, she was telling me what to do, and I put it in. I followed her instructions to a T. And then as soon as we were done, she nudges it like a quarter of an inch. She's like, nope, wrong. All wrong. This is. I'm pretty sure there actually isn't a correct way to put in a car seat, because I've never seen someone with a proper car seat. Because, I mean, let's be honest here. Like, when you're parenting, maybe you got multiple kids, maybe you're a little sleep deprived, maybe you're in a hurry. And especially if you have like a sedan, not like a van or a truck or an SUV, you got a smaller car, you got 2 or 3 car seats in there. Yeah, sometimes those car seats will get a little loose. Sometimes they'll have a little give, and yes, they're supposed to not be able to move an inch, but sometimes it's also like, all right, yep, you're not inherently putting your kid in danger. But I mean, I'm old enough to remember when we didn't have car seats. Like, maybe we were just at the beginning of car seats and everyone was facing forward no matter what size you were. And I don't know, like, I feel like cars have gotten way safer as it is, with crumple zones and airbags and all of those innovations. Like, cars back when I was a kid were just like iron tanks that you just threw at each other. And maybe that is a little bit safer than all of the fiberglass and carbon fiber, all of the crap that cars are made out of now. But like, I don't remember a time in the 80s or 90s where there was a rash of kids being killed in car accidents because they weren't in the car seats. I mean, they're buckled in for sure, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just being willfully ignorant of this. But I don't remember a epidemic of kids getting hurt in car accidents. I don't know, because I sat in the front seat all the time. I remember even as a little kid, just like buckled into the front seat like a little person. Yeah, like maybe I would sit on like a phone book or two, but it wasn't for safety reasons. It's because I wanted to see out over the dash because I thought it was fun. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we just gotten soft, but Margaret, for the car seat, just flipped it around, so now she's facing forward, and she likes it. I mean, in the van, she likes pointing out things that she sees, like car or fire truck or train or whatever, and except she's already a backseat driver. Like, the first day that we had it flipped around, and you were just driving to the gym, and then she's like, "Daddy, watch out." Like, every car, it was a divided highway, so every car that would drive by on the other side that she could see, she's like, "Daddy, watch out. Daddy, watch out. Daddy, watch." She's already her mother-in-law. It's kind of funny. Yeah, but I don't like, when did car seats like really start amping up? Because now, like, you can run the gauntlet. Like, you can get the $100 sort of cheaper model, or you could get up to like the things where they're basically an Abrams tank. Like $400, $500, and here's my whole thing. Like, even they're nearly impossible to properly install because of that stupid little strap where you can't get leverage on it, and you're trying to tighten this thing, and you're pulling with all of your mic. There should be like some sort of automatic fit. Like, you remember from Back to the Future 2, where you had those shoes with the automatic laces. Like, there should be some sort of component on there where you push a button and it's like a winch. It's like a mini winch that you're gonna have to childproof that thing. Otherwise, that kid's gonna be pushing that button all the time. But something that is able to winch and unwinch the tightness level to where you need it to be. Because otherwise, you're just yanking on like this little piece of cloth, which is essentially like like the middle seatbelt strap. So you're pulling on that thing with all of your might, and you can't get that stupid child seat to move an inch, right? But yeah, we're worried about safety here, or something like that. Yeah. But something that you're also worried about is easy kicks, but you shouldn't be worried at all because they make it awesome. Because we talked about shoes. Kids are consistently outgrowing their sneakers, and with easy kicks, kids can wear their shoes as long as they want, and once they're wrecked, too small, or you just want a new style, you send them back with a prepaid shipping envelope, and they donate them to some of their non-profit partners, so there is no waste at all. Plus, at only $20 a month per child, zero limits on how often you can swap for a new pair. You can do whatever you want. Yeah, and also official partner of Nike and Converse. They have a new style every single week. No catches, no hidden fees, and you can cancel any time. So you want to sign up? You know that you do. EasyKicks.com/join now and use discount code EasyListen. The letters E and Z, listen at checkout for $5 off your first month in the club. Again, EasyKicks.com, promo code EZListen, $5 off your first month. It's awesome. Margaret loves this thing. She loves shoes as it is, and she gets a new pair whenever we feel like it, and we're good. We are good to go. EasyKicks.com. All right, some other things going on. So reading bedtime stories. Now that football season has ended, some of my weeknights are freed up now, and Margaret still goes to bed about like 8:30ish every night. So I'm able to sit in on story time, and it is great because it's a little tradition, a little ritual of she's got some bookshelves that are her height, and she's probably got, I don't know, 50, 60 books in them. And she goes over, it's like, Margaret, go pick out a couple of books to read. And she always picks like the same three. It's usually like Cat in the Hat, Goodnight Moon, and there's an I Spy book that she really likes now. Yeah, if if you're wondering what to get your kid for like a good night book, like if they're like curious and stuff, just get them an I Spy book and then just go through and talk about the various things on the page. And what she likes to do is like relate it back to My Little Ponies, because that's all what she always does. And she sees a butterfly, she's like, a butterfly for Fluttershy, or a rainbow for Rainbow Dash, and all that stuff. So she looks and seeks out through the I Spy book all these little things that relate back to My Little Ponies, and it's fun. I'm sure it's a good way for her to develop like recognition skills or patterns or whatnot, all those good things. And she's starting to read herself, which is good. And sounding out words, pointing out various little letters, remembering little passages of the books. Because I mean, heck, I remember doing that as a kid. There's some storybooks that I remember inside and out, and those are really good, right? And it is fun. I'm glad I'm able to be a part of this now since football season's ended. Not doing so much nighttime radio during the week, so I'm really enjoying that. But some I'm not enjoying is the shushing. Trying to, all right, so here's something that Margaret does. Like when she doesn't want to do something, she gives you the raspberries, where it's like, hey, Margaret, pick up your toys. And then she's like, pfft. Now, initially, it's really cute. Like when she first did that, I was like, oh my goodness, that is the cutest thing ever. The wife thought the same thing. The grandparents also thought the same thing. And when she goes to childcare every day, the teachers there, they have to try to not laugh, right? Because now Margaret sort of. So first off, she likes doing it. She thinks it's it's a fun noise, and maybe she's got a little bit of the terrible twos right at the end. She's still a very agreeable, very awesome kid, but. Like if she doesn't want to drink her water or finish her vegetables or, pick up XYZ or heck, even just eat in general, she'll give you the raspberries. And because that we've laughed at it before, she thinks that she's still doing something funny and she'll continue to do it. And I had a moment dropping her off at childcare where she sassed the lady there, the teacher lady. And, the teacher, she laughed, of course, because I mean it is super cute, especially if you're seeing it for the first time. But I had to take Margaret aside, and I had to do the dad thing, get down on one knee, look her straight in the eye, make sure that she's looking at you, be like, Margaret, we do not do that to other people, or something to that effect. I had to use my dad voice. I had to use my Bob Saget, Danny Tanner. Here comes the emotional music, moment. And because it is disrespectful. And it's something that I don't want to continue, even though it is super cute. And every time she does it now in like a serious fashion, in like a non-playful fashion, I go through those steps. And, the wife does it too, because it's just not good. I feel like kids get away with it too much. Like if that was like 25 years ago, and she did that to the check-in lady, the check-in lady probably would have like backhanded her. Well, even with me right there, and me 25 years ago would have been perfectly fine with it. Heck, I probably would have been perfectly fine with it. No, not gonna lie. But if that sort of behavior goes unchecked, and it seems benign, right? It's like a lot of parents would be like, "Oh, it's just like little raspberries," but no, you're being disrespectful to authority, whether it's teachers now, and it could be like cops down the line. Something that's ingrained in the kid is like, "Oh, I don't have to listen to you because if I do this or act out against authority, it's funny, and then I'll still get my treat anyways." Nah. Also with childcare, it's good because Margaret makes a lot of friends there, and they play. They got a big gym area, and the kids make up little games and all that stuff. And she's got a little friend. Let's call her Ellie, sure. And Ellie's there about the same time every single day, so her and Margaret are pretty tight. Ellie's probably about 4, maybe 5, so she's a little bit better communicator, talks to adults, etc. And so one day I was picking up Margaret, and then we were getting. Margaret goes, and she always wears a witch. They have like costumes too, so they can dress up. She always wears this witch costume, and then Ellie just comes up and it's like, Margaret was splashing in the water. Margaret was splashing in the drinking fountain, and she's like snitching on her. I was like, no, I just straight up looked at Ellie. It's like, don't be a snitch. And I was just, I was sort of serious because I feel like that's something, you should learn, with your friends. Like, if your friend is doing something maybe not so great, and we're not talking about like completely like scumbag criminal stuff, but I mean, just especially to parents, like, I mean, why are you ratting out your friends? Like, this doesn't have to be Goodfellas, where you do your time, you get pinched, you take it like a man, and you don't rat out your friends, blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, come on. Come on, kid. Come on, Ellie. Let's get out of here. All right. Also, trying to work through this sugary stuff, because now, sort of an unfortunate byproduct. Margaret is coming along on the potty training. I would say that she's like 60% potty trained, sure. But now, because we'd avoided giving her juice, because juice is just straight up a shot of sugar, and it's not great. But what we did to make her drink as much water as possible, we just put a splash of the grape juice, like maybe 1/8 grape juice, 7/8 water, into the cup, just to make her drink it, because I mean, it's a kid, you like sweet stuff, you like sugary stuff, and she chugs it now. But now she's like demanding it. So now we're like, well, crap. We could easily just take it away, but now I feel like we sort of set the hook. Yeah. We hooked your mother up, couldn't proper. And now she's like sort of addicted to the sugar thing. I was thinking like, how do like Inuit kids or like Alaskan kids who their parents eat seal. It's like seal and whale, and like a diet that has very little vegetables, very little refined carbohydrates, and is mostly animal meat. It's like, do they grow up with the taste for sugar? Are they craving things, or do they just eat the seal meat? That's what I want to know. Yeah, because I would enjoy like if Margaret just ate meat and vegetables. Like, really, that's about it. And just completely avoided a lot of the refined sugars and carbohydrates and all that other stuff. But maybe that's an argument for another day. But that's what's been going on with me and parenting and Margaret recently. If you enjoy the Dad Mode podcast, tell a friend, spread the word. Show's available on iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. Give us a follow on Twitter, show at Dad Mode Pod, me and Andy Carlson Show. The website, as always, dadmodepod.com. But until next time, be a man, be a father, go Dad Mode, and we'll smell you later.
Think the episode you just heard is worth $1? Well, send it our way. Visit dadmodepod.com/support to find out how. Be a man, be a father. Go Dad Mode. The music is created and produced by Deeb. To hear more of his tracks, visit soundcloud.com/Deeb.